Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to see if I'm getting this right with there it is. Okay, great. We are at it this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know I haven't seen you guys in a month. There it is. I'm Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, and the laced up legislator for the House of Delegates, 93rd District. Good morning. It is the morning due for certified doers, like just like you. So happy to have you here. So grateful. Um, I am currently in Richmond. I'm actually up at session. We just kicked off or started yesterday. If you guys have been following on some of the channels, I think the only space where we didn't give an update was in LinkedIn. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So it is again an honor and a blessing to serve. We've got 58 days of doing your business. of doing your business, the people's business. Good morning, Mr. Little. What an honor to have you here this morning. Okay, so let's get into it. So if you're not familiar with what the legislative process is, every year, every third January of the year, all of the elected state representatives come up to Richmond to actually do lawmaking work. So it only happens for either 45 days or 60 days because we're building a whole new budget and it's an even year because that's when we build new budgets. We'll have 60 days here in Richmond to work. Now, every 2 years, right, those even years, I'm in the middle of an election cycle. I'm in the middle of an election cycle, and we get these things called committees. So yesterday, we learned what committees will be on, which tells us what kinds of laws we're actually going to be hearing before it makes it to the big space where everybody votes on it. We, for the first time in the history of the Commonwealth of Virginia, we selected a Black person to be the Speaker of the House. And I know some people are like, okay, well, what does that mean? What does the Speaker? What does the Speaker of the House do? Why is that important? Uh, it is because this is the person that essentially is running the show inside of our chamber. So they preside, and by preside I mean they're making sure they're running the meeting. I don't know, that's the best, I guess the best way to say it is that they're essentially running the meetings that happens in the House. So in our legislative process, and I think this is also important for you all to know, just to know the roles and responsibilities of us. Your legislature, and this is a little bit of civics 101, right? Your legislator is also known as what we call the General Assembly. So if you're just now following us, you'll hear me say General Assembly. It's just the same as saying all of the elected. And we consist of the Senate, the House of Delegates, and form the legislative branch of governments. Because I know you remember that in high school when you learned the branches of government. And so we've got, there's 140 legislators total. 40 senators, 100 delegates. The senators serve for 4 years. The delegates serve for 2 years. We convene the second Wednesday in January. Like I said, even number years, session held for 60 days. 9 odd years, we're held for 45 days, 30 to 45, it just depends. And so we reconvene. So after we do all of this, we're going to reconvene on the 6th Wednesday after we leave the regular session. That gives the governor time to make his recommendations, veto stuff, do all that. And bills essentially become laws the 1st of July. That's this whole thing, So from time to time, the governor can call us back up here for other work. But that is this. And I'm just, for those of you guys who have been here with us for a while, hanging there with me, I'm just doing this because I know we've got new folks that are coming to the table. So I am in room 1011, and that's for anybody that decides to come to Richmond. I do really want to make sure I plug the events that we have coming up that allow you to participate if you're able to get to Richmond, or if you're not and you still want to be like, how do I tell my state folks, this is what I want? Know that our role is to liaison with all of the state agencies on your behalf. Like, that is our role. On January 23rd, mark your calendars. January 23rd, January 23rd, January 23rd. That is a Tuesday. We are having what's called Creatives on the Capitol. That's where we're asking people who support creative entrepreneurs. So whether that is uh, an artist, a cook, a an architect, a painter, a t-shirt shop maker, like all of these things are creativity, and we consume them, right? Especially in our district in Norfolk, we have a huge creative class of people that do, and I bet you could probably think of somebody right now that makes stuff or does something that you use their either intellectual capital or their goods that they make that they're just a creative, and you want them to have an amazing livelihood. You think that the work that they do is important. Oftentimes in our realm of work, especially like in government, people don't see creativity as a driver, as something that we should be like actually promoting. So we don't fund these things. We don't typically be like, you know what, in entrepreneurship, I'd like to make sure that the music industry has the support that it needs. It just doesn't really happen. So I'm bringing forth the bill, and I think we have the bill number. I'll know this morning whether or not we got the bill back. But what we're trying to do is make sure that that there's space, and that we treat creative entrepreneurs the same way that we treat agricultural entrepreneurs, tech entrepreneurs, because it is a sector and we need to diversify our economy. So January 23rd is a huge day for us. It's a huge day. We want y'all to come on down and be a part of Creatives on the Capitol. March 6th, mark your calendar for that. I believe that is a Wednesday. March 6th is Certified Doers Day. So if you just a person who is a doer, right, in your own backyard, we want you to come on down, bring your tail to the Capitol, be a part. I'm going to show you how to advocate, show you how to do that. And we're going to talk to our legislators. We're going to start understanding how important the role of the state level government is. Because let me tell you something. I know for a fact that there are times that you be like, I can't stand my local government because blah, 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 blah. Well, what's important to know is that your local government sometimes are not allowed to do certain things or make certain decisions because we operate under the Dillon rule, which says that localities where you live, your town or your city, your county, can't do certain things unless the state says that it's okay. Not me, I'm not the state, but the state legislator says that it can, and that can be painful. For example, yesterday, the first meeting that I had with a group of lobbyists was about, it was particularly about solar stuff. However, it also was trying to get us as the state to say that we can force localities to have to do certain solar projects or review certain solar projects, or like, right? So when you hear us up here talking about local control, it's sometimes your locality can't do stuff. They don't have control because the state said they can do it or that they have to do it. Does that make sense? I hope that does. So that's why these people that be sitting up here in the high seats, right? That be sitting up here in the high seats, sometimes they're not thinking about other cities and spaces and places. And that's why you, as the people who elect them, or maybe you didn't choose them, but they are your representative, it is important that you keep them honest. Keep them honest. So I really want y'all to be a part of this, because the biggest thing I think on my heart, and please use the comments. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Oh, I'm so grateful for your advocacy. And that's an important piece. And I think I need to remind y'all, our office is built fundamentally on these principles: educate, advocate, celebrate, legislate. And the advocacy portion doesn't sit whole without you. It just doesn't. It just does not. So, as I was saying, is that we need you, especially in this time, even if it's just a daggum email, even if you're just saying like, I'm just about to email these people and tell them what's up. I've gone through LIS before to tell y'all like legislative information. I'm about to put this in the chat for you guys so that legislative information system, if you want to keep up to date with the things that matter to you, whether it's a bill, it's a specific legislator, how they're doing their business, you can, and it should be in the chat for most of you guys right now. You can, it's lis.virginia.gov, and LIS stands for Legislative Information System. Virginia, spelled all the way out, .gov. You can check and see, check on your legislator. You can check on a specific bill topic. So if you're into housing and you want to be notified anytime new housing law and things come out, then boom, that's your thing, right? So just making sure that you all know that you have the right to be participatory in this process. Okay. So I do want you to, if you got any questions, any comments, any concerns, make sure that you just drop them in the comments. Drop them in the comments. We're here for it. I want you to always feel like this is your space and place, right? That you feel empowered. And I think I need to start by saying our mission. We decided to make sure that we had a mission. Our mission is to educate, advocate, celebrate, and legislate. I'm just kidding. No, that's not. Those are our principles. Our mission is to ensure that whether you're from here or come here or passing through here, you feel supported, safe, and empowered to improve your quality of life. That's the goal here. And the only way to do that is we got to know what supported means for you. We have to know what's safe, because that's relative. Safe is relative. And then what does it mean to have a good quality of life? Articulating that. Like, what does that actually mean? Because that's different. I can go from door to door to door and hear something very different as far as what quality of life means for different folks. So that is important, right? We all say like, I want to be in a safe place. I want people to support the community. I want, what that mean? Tell me what that looked like for you. Cause I could be doing stuff over here and you like, that ain't right. That's not what I'm looking for. So I want to be making sure that we're connected. Oh, Miss Roslyn, how are you? I see you. I miss you too. That's my neighbor, y'all. That's my neighbor who, and I just want to shout out Miss Roslyn too. And I hope that you all have a Miss Roslyn in your life, people that make the choice to stay connected, right? Enough to ask you questions, enough to inform you, enough to make sure that, just tap in with you and say, hey, you good today? Like, you need to make sure you have yourself a Miss Roslyn, because village is a verb, right? And I feel like the relationship that I have with some of you all in the community, it is villaging. Like, we are villaging with and for each other. And that is an action. It is the things that we do for each other. And even Mr. Little, who said good morning, Mr. Little, when he drives by and honks that horn, I know that's just him tapping in. It's just him tapping in and saying, hey, I see you. How you doing? Right? Like, it's more of that. You got to get your Jackies, right? Jackie, you got to get your Jackies that are just like fierce fighters. So Jackie, thankful. I'm going to say this, we're thankful for you. You have to sort of make sure you have your fierce fighters, right? That have their things. And that could be someone who's reminding you that, like, don't be ashamed to go to your child's school and advocate for some X, Y, or Z. When you go to the doctor's office, it's okay to ask about specific things without feeling like you're, making somebody else feel some type of way about their profession. Like, these things, okay, you got to have your village. And I hope that we all find a space and place for that. Okay. All right. So what I lastly want to do, and again, if you have questions about what's going on up here, comments, concerns, all of that, make sure, just let me know, drop them in the comments. And I'm going to put, as I'm doing this, let's see, I want to make sure that I put creatives on the Capital Day on the calendar. I want to make sure that is in you all's. Actually, when we get off of this, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I put those dates in the comments. So if you want to come back to this live and see those dates, you'll be able to do that. checking Instagram to make sure. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm sorry, Instagram, I'm supposed to be checking in 2 places on this. So Real World Changer, thank you so much. I see you. You're very welcome. Yes, we had an amazing time. We got this. Maggie. Okay. Maggie is a page. I love it. Can't wait to, yeah. Oh, wow. Best way to start the school day. Can't wait to watch session in person on Monday. Yes. Excited. Hey everybody. So I'm learning. We just integrated Instagram, y'all. So forgive me if I haven't been paying attention. It's because it doesn't show me on the same screen. So I got to kind of go back and forth. So peep game, right? I want to put y'all up on what's happening. As I said yesterday, I received my committee assignments. This whole process, all of these laws that are going to, that people, these ideas or all of these bills that people are trying to put in. Bills are things that we say, these are ideas that we want to make laws. So all of the bills that are being put in, they go through a process of subcommittee, committee, and then it comes to the floor. So I get assigned to a committee, and then that committee assigns us to a subcommittee. And I've got my 4 committees that I'll be on. It's maybe trying, if you guys like want something or need something from me, you're gonna have to be real patient and real trusting with the staff, because what has actually happened is I have 4. When I say 4 committees, all of my committees are during the day, Monday through Friday. So I suspect that, and then I have to present my own bill ideas, which will get assigned to committees. So it's going to be, my presence is going to be scarce, but I will always be here on Thursday mornings. I will always, Thursday mornings? What else? I'll always be here on Thursday, because this happened before the action happens. My committee assignments are CTI. So that is communication, technology, and innovation. And let me do this. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen with you all. Let me see if I can get it to do it. So you can see you can see these standing committees. I want you to be able to see where you can check out all the types of bills and things like that. I do want y'all to make sure that y'all you feel empowered to be able to be a part of the process. That's really important to me. It's going to share this screen, but we're just going to share it, and we're going to be okay with that. I hope this is showing right. You should be seeing LIS dot of. Woo! Look at that. Okay, I think it's showing it. Okay, so lis.virginia.gov. You should see a list there that has it has a bunch of information. So we're in this session, and this is standing committees, right? See what happened here. There it is. Standing committees, right? So I have been put on communications, technology, and innovation. And when you click these and go to lis.gov, you can see whose name is on there, right? Like all these names are, and there's my name right there, Glass. And let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for everybody. Make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I've been put on communications, technology, and innovation. That's one committee that I'll be doing. I have been put on, communications, technologies, and innovation, agricultural Chesapeake and natural resources. So the committee that deals with like dog stuff and flooding and food and all the resources that we have across the Commonwealth. I'll be on that committee, which will be good for our area if you're in the Hampton Roads area, because there's a huge piece of how we're going to be dealing with flooding and all these different things. So agriculture, communication, technology, innovations, hopefully we'll be hearing a lot of bills that deal with tech and things like that. I am on privileges and elections, which deals with all of the election law, right? You'll see my name there, which deals with all of the election law and all of those things in place. And then I will be, and then constitutional law too. So it also, if there's we're trying to make it that we automatically, people that have been incarcerated and are done with their with that they automatically get their right to vote back. That is a change to the Virginia Constitution. And so that kind of law is what's going to come through. That kind of law comes through that committee. And then anybody who gets selected to be a member of the governor's cabinet, or anyone that is selected to go on one of the state level boards or commissions, that kind of law comes through here as well. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And then the last committee that I was put on, and remember, I'm keeping you on this lis.virginia.gov because it's a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm going to show you in a second. I also got put on transportation. So transportation is going to be a very interesting one. I've not been on that committee before, so I'm excited about it. And remember how I told you that there's subcommittees? So if you look down here in transportation, one is for DMV, one is for transportation infrastructure, one's for highway safety and policy, and the other one, last one, is for innovation, right? Highway innovations. Any bills that come through here, you'll see referred means they're actually docketed, meaning we'll see them at some point. Ones that are in committee, ones that are still in subcommittee, and then the reported out means the bills that we reported to the floor, we're actually going to vote on them. Continued means like essentially there was not real action. We didn't come to, it's like an impasse. It's maybe taking it to next session. And then failed means it didn't make it out. So when I'm going to go back to the different types of committees, and I want you guys to take a look at this list. I want you to really look at it and see like what stands out to you, what's important to you. If you see a particular committee that you're like, man, that sounds interesting, or I think I might, and this is on the House side, I'm not in the Senate, so on the House side, that is important to you, I really do want y'all to stay in it with us. Stay in it with us. So let me just making sure. Sorry, it's doing that thing to me again. I'm gonna stop sharing. Stop sharing so that you can see me. But that's the deal, right? Like those are the things these are the little things that we can do together to make this an amazing opportunity. So I'm going to check the comments on all the things to see if there's any country. Oh, okay. So Blair, I am not on, I didn't get on counties, cities, and towns. County, cities, and towns is going to be chaired by Delegate Candy Munden King. I think she's in the Prince William County area. I'm sorry, I can't remember where she's at. And then the vice chair will be Senator Delegate Elizabeth Bennett Parker, who is a former council member in the Alexandria area. But county, cities, and towns deals with anything that has to deal with the county, cities, and towns. And so like when there's laws asking a locality or saying a locality wants to do a change to their charter, meaning they want to change how they do business or something, then that'll go through counties, cities, and towns. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Oh yeah, Prince William Stafford. See, I couldn't. Oh, you wanted it. Oh, you were hoping. Nope, I didn't get on county, cities, and town. But again, I'll say the committees that I'm on again. And if you all feel like when we meet here on Thursday that you're like, hey, Delegate Glass, I'm really interested in this kinds of stuff. What committee might that be in? This is the perfect time to ask. It's the perfect time to be like, to connect the dots, and we can do that. But the committees that I am on, again, are transportation, privileges and elections, communication technology and innovation, and agricultural, Chesapeake, and natural resources. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are charged up. We got stuff to do, okay? We got stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff to do. Okay, so it says, Mr. Whitaker, hello, good morning. Mr. Whitaker on Instagram. So those of you, I can't pull his what he's asking up on the StreamYard, but what he's asking is, how long should one plan to be at the Capitol on the 23rd? Okay, so I would say we meet up at about 9 o'clock. And if you want to come earlier, just because I like to take time to teach everybody how to advocate, right? Like how to get in the flow of things and make sure that they are able to understand what it means to come and lobby, because that's what you're coming to do. You're coming to lobby. We're all lobbyists, right? Lobbyist is not a bad word. When you go to your people and you ask them for something, that's lobbying. 9, 10 o'clock is a rally. 11 o'clock is space to sort of see the Capitol and explore the Capitol, because I think that's also important. So, and then 12 o'clock, I gavel in. After session, depending on what that looks like, after session, we will, or that evening, so essentially like 3 or 4 hours, if that, so 9, 10, 11, 12. So maybe 3 hours would occur. So like, I'm trying to think. We will be having like evening festivities. We've got some local businesses here who are going to put on some programming for the nighttime crowd of creatives, just trying to create a space where we're able to transition into some training and just talking about the so what, now what, and the economic development aspects of the creative economy. But that's what I would say. So maybe 3, if you're just here to lobby, I would say like 3 hours. If you're going to stay and watch a little bit of session, then I would say maybe 4, because I would love to have the creatives come into session and we introduce the fact that you're here as a lobbying corps, and just show, it's like a show of force. So I think of it as like when we deploy on the big old carrier and we go into somebody else's territory, when they see that, they like, I mean, I know we ain't they enemies, but dang, look at what they got. So like, that's what it is. I want to be able to do that with, and for the creatives. Great question though. Really great question. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? I believe the bus signups for the Creatives on the Capitol Day are taken down. I'm not 100% sure, but I could ask, I can definitely reach out to Creatives for VA. If you aren't following them, that's a great space and place to follow. So making sure you're connecting there. What else are we saying? And I believe that's it. Next week on the 18th, I believe we should be putting it out today or tomorrow. I'm going to have a training day to just teach you all what it means to lobby for the creative economy and the bills and things like that. So like, if you're interested in just learning, that'll be later in the evening. Then we'll make sure that we have space in place to teach you how to do this, because it can be intimidating. But these are regular people, y'all. These are just regular, I hate to say it, but it's like, sounds corny, but these are regular Virginians just like you, who come up here to be a part of a process, just like your teachers. Like, I don't know if you remember when you were young and maybe you saw your teacher at the store and it was like, my teacher at the store is a real human. They eat food and they dress normal. So it's like the regular people. Now that you're older, you like teachers, man. Just, most people know somebody that's an educator. And it's like, we have everyday people just trying to do really amazing things with different points of views. I'm so excited about that. I don't see no questions, comments, concerns in the chat. Nothing. All right. So as I said, it looks like it's supposed to snow today, y'all. It's supposed to snow today. I want to give you guys a tour of the office real quick before I go, because this is your space. I think that's important. I want to make sure that you know too, February 17th, we're having the pep rally. Okay, so we'll be back in town on a Saturday, pep rallying with y'all. So we want to see y'all at the pep rally at AIM at 1 o'clock, because we're going to charge up. It'll be right after crossover, where the bills are going to the other side. I want y'all to see out the window. There's the Capitol. If you can see it. Can you see it? Am I giving you a good view? There's the Capitol, right? Here's the office. We're in a new building. It's called the General Assembly. What's the new General Assembly building? We just made sure that was crossover names. Here's the office, your office for the people of the 93rd. This is your space. This is your place. I'm going to take you around. Yep. It is kind of a mess sometimes. All right. And then where you can catch me, right? Like, you can catch me. You can catch me outside. Just that on the door here, we have Norfolk, right? As always, right? Like, we gotta represent Norfolk. Here's the door, right? This is the room. I'm, like I told you guys earlier, I'm in room 1011. That's our space and place. Just give you a little tour. Over here is where our staff, part of our staff works. The lights just popped on. And there's an office next door to me that is also staff office here, right? So I have staff that work in this office as well. And if you come over here, they'll have another. I share this space across the way from me, going this way. I'm going to point going this way is another legislator. And you'll be able to read if you come here. It'll tell you, hey, room 1010, that's Paul Krizik. Room 1011, that's Jackie Glass, right? And the nice hallways, big spaces, and all of this, right? Elevators and things like that. So, like, I'm hoping to see y'all. I really am. I'm hoping that y'all make y'all way on down to room 1010 so we can do the thing with the thing. All right. So that is it for today. I don't see any other questions, comments. Oh, do I? Oh, okay, I do. I see a couple questions. Let's see. How can we prioritize public transportation? Blah, blah, blah. There we go. How can we prioritize public transit focus and transportation committee? I'm gonna find out because I don't know if y'all know this. Like, I grew up on public transportation. Like, there's no way that I'm a legislator today if there was no public transportation. If I didn't have, but I also lived in the south suburbs of a large city, so like that there was access. So Blair, I'm super interested in that. Like, that is a I didn't ask to be on transportation, but I'm like pretty excited about it as I think about it because, like, mobility it's freeing when you have the ability, and whether it's work, school, or anything in between, any opportunity. I mean, I took the bus to this community college that was way out of the way to be a part of this, like, AT&T something camp. I signed myself up for the camp. I knew my mama couldn't take me, but I knew if I walked my tail to the bus stop, it was a little bit away. Got on the 257, got off the 257, transferred over to, like, I could get there and be a part of something amazing. I could take the bus to the train and take the train into the city, and all of that could happen within 30 minutes. I could be bus to train to downtown Chicago in about 40 minutes. Tops, easy. So, like, Blair, I'm here for it. Like, let's get it. Like, I'm here for it. Okay, so you said, where can I see if a bill is drafted or if it's being introduced this year? Okay, so here's what's important. If you want to see if a bill is drafted, you can go to LIS. Remember, I talked about lis.virginia.gov. When you go to that lis.virginia.gov homepage, right, the first thing you're going to see at the top of the page, excuse me, let me see if I can do this for you. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see this. Okay. All right. Okay. So when you go to this page, and let me see if I can, I'm going to get it back down regular. Let's reset it. When you go to this page right here, lis.virginia.gov, I'll try to make it a little bit bigger for y'all because I can see it on my screen, right? And you go under bills and resolutions, click on bills and resolutions. You'll see right here how it says, you see on this spot where it says all legislation. When I click on that, that's going to tell me all the pieces of legislation that have been introduced, right? So all in order, every single bill that has been introduced. Got that? Now, on the flip side of that, let's say, because your question is, where can I see if a bill has been drafted or being introduced? That's okay. Same thing. Got it. I was just making sure that I was getting that right. All right. So you can look up it by just legislation, just browse there. You can go to a specific member, right? A person that's a part of the General Assembly and say, I want to see what they are doing. You can look by committee. You can look by subject. And you can see what's most frequently accessed. So right now, look at this. The bill that's most frequently accessed right now is the assault fire weapons prohibited purchase of certain firearms and can't get into ammunition, right? The second, that's both on the House and Senate side. The second one is the minimum wage. The third one is the constitutional amendment for the right to reproductive freedom, right? So like, this is what people are looking at consistently. Look at that. There's a plastic bag tax. So this is the thing that folks are listening to. So, and then you can check what's passed, what's failed, what's pending, and what's left for next session. I hope that answered your question. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Yep, lis.virginia.gov. Thank you for putting that there. It's like I'm trying to make sure that you all have all the things before we go. So just to keep us focused, Creatives on the Capitol, January 23rd. Pep rally, right? If you're in the Hampton Roads area, you ain't got to be from Norfolk. If you're in the Hampton Roads area, we're going to have the pep rally February 17th. That's a Saturday at AIM. So that's back in district. That's my time to be able to connect and see y'all. And then on March 6th, we have Certified Doers Day. So if you're a certified doer, let's get it. We're going to pop our yellow. We're going to pop our yellow off, and we're going to come up here and we're going to advocate for those things. So just like you just said, like what's important to you, you're going to advocate for, against, or whatever on that day, because you're a doer. That's all. That's it. That's all. Okay, I've went 10 minutes over, and I want to be respectful of your time because I don't know what you got going on today. But we will be doing play-by-plays in our stories. So if I don't really, I'm trying, right? We're trying. So I'm going to, in stories, try to keep you guys updated on in the moment things that are happening. And then we'll be putting on social all the things that are happening and sort of recapping the day. And then on Fridays, if you haven't already gone to delegatejackieglass.com and sign up to get our newsletter, we'll be putting out a new newsletter every Friday just to give you a sort of in the know, more details. I even write a letter in there just to say, here's a snapshot of what I'm feeling, what I'm hoping, what's been happening. And then you'll get to interact in that way. Any updates to things, it'll pop right to your inbox. So sign up for our newsletter. That's important because sometimes I may be like, hey, if you care about X, Y, and Z, I might put it in the newsletter, or I might just put a thing out there just to keep you informed on stuff. Sound good? Sound great. All right, let's get it. I hope that you all are able to make it a great day. I will catch you either in these streets, on this social media, or otherwise. Okay, be well, take care, see you next time. Oh, Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy Vet, Certified Doer, and the Laced Up Legislator for the House of Delegates, 93rd District, wishing you a great day. Take care, make it a great day.